Aloha and welcome. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I am Kapualani and we're going to be looking into the current energies. Now, this is a timeless general reading, so not everything will be exact, but energy flows. So just see what comes up, whether it's in regards to your love life, your career, family, whatever the case may be. Use this time as I shuffle to connect to your breath, breathing deeply in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Maybe doing your breath for a count of four, rather inhaling for a count of four and exhaling for a count of four. And again, just setting any goals, any intentions that you might like to set. But otherwise, we're going to dive into these energies and see maybe what the next 7 to 10 days has to offer here. And for those who are new, I do offer an extended portion of this reading as a follow-up on my website, kapualani.com/extensions. And if you are watching this, if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. And if you have not, and you like these readings, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, of course. So this Four of Cups right away is telling me that the answers you seek, look no further, it's right in front of you. There could be even an opportunity for fulfillment or for some sort of soul nourishment that you may be missing out on. Your attention, you might be distracted right now. You might be searching for other areas. I'm hearing, for some, and there are no judgments here because, we're all human. But there may be parts of you that are kind of nitpicking at things, other things, distractions, rather than really focusing on the core of what might be creating a sense of either boredom, restlessness. I tend to sometimes think of that energy as, when we go to the refrigerator, knowing full well what's in there. But then we walk away, we don't grab anything from the refrigerator. We're not really even hungry maybe. But we walk away and then, 10 minutes later, we're back popping into that fridge. Like, what's in there? Knowing full well, again, what's in there. So it's kind of saying, be a little bit, or take some time, rather, to get centered. I mean, that's always really good advice, general advice, but we've got King of Swords, Page of Cups, 8 of Wands. Yeah, there's a part of you that on the mental level, you're being very disciplined. Maybe you understand that you need to just keep it together. I mean, we gotta just keep it together right now. And you understand that there are, responsibilities or areas and aspects of your life that are going to take your focus and that you may need to sort of detach from and not be too emotional about. And yet with the Page of Cups is something, but there's part of you that maybe can't help but feel a little bit like frustrated, like that fish flopping out of the cup. It's a little bit of a surprise. So be aware of just some unanticipated energies coming your way. It doesn't necessarily need to be a negative, but it's almost like I'm just hearing pay attention because things could be moving very, very quickly around you. The intensity on that archer's face and just that confusion with the Page of Cups, or a little bit of that. Sometimes the Page of Cups is shock and surprise. There could be some unexpected positive news coming in. Pages are messengers. You could be waiting for some kind of a change or some kind of a shift in direction of things is what I'm picking up on. And so pardon me while I put those cards back together. I know I'm a little bit, what's the word that I'm looking for? Most people would probably leave those cards out, but I just put them right back on in the deck, and sometimes they reappear. So for me, that says that there's definitely some consistency in the core of the energy. So again, your childlike sense of, wonder, and I'm hearing even the word amusement, could be feeling a little bit restless. There could be some things that maybe you are being a little too, I don't want to say too serious or too focused on, but there's a certain energy of potential rigidity. And then it's like, it's like these extremes. We had the King of Swords and that Page of Cups. So it's like these extremes, an extreme in the mental and in the emotional. So you may feel a little bit almost like flip-flopping in a way. This Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, so remember when I said just kind of keep an eye out? Don't want to, what is it, take your eye off the ball or something like that? This glove on the ground I'm being drawn to, things may be moving very slowly right now, or they may just feel like they're not moving at all, is what I'm getting. And so it's sort of to your benefit to be at your leisure, or to your benefit to just lean into the more leisurely of things, even if it's like, yeah, well, I want to, but I don't know, I feel like I want to focus on making more money. This Nine of Coins is saying, listen, right now, you're exactly where you need to be. So try not to fixate or focus too much on what you don't have. And that's like, it's easy to do that at times, again, as human beings. So we're opening up with strength. Yes. Okay. I see that, there could be, part of you that's really trying to embrace or manage the frustration, manage any areas where you may be feeling like you have a lack of control, where you don't quite have control over areas of your life again. Don't let too many things, it's really strange to say this. I've just got to go with the message as it flows and comes through, but I'm hearing like, try not to let anything that could easily fall by the wayside, try not to let it fall by the wayside. Like, for example, if you're in a place where you do have a little bit more downtime, yes, you want to make use of that downtime. You want to be at your leisure. Okay, but you want to take advantage of what that means. It doesn't mean like, going out and spending all this money and, you're trying to save for something or whatever. But it's more like, again, just managing. I don't know. I'm getting it again, and forgive me because it's not exactly on par with what I was trying to say, but I'm getting managing any tension or any frustration. I feel like with this Leo energy, that lion, and it's like a cat that's just like at the scratching post. So there may be some physical tensions coming through in your body that need to get worked out. So a bit of movement. And I also feel like, really connect to your body and tune in to what your body is speaking to you or saying to you, trusting and knowing that, everything is going to work itself out eventually, even if right now you're kind of just having to white knuckle it, or it feels that way. And even if you're not having to white knuckle it, it just may be like, all right, just a restlessness. That's that lion with the strength, and the maiden is trying to manage the primal instincts and urges to just, just go running off into the distance. Was like, okay, I just need to hold my horses, as they say, right? So the challenge, the Ace of Swords, this is where the energy could be moving, is that clarity. This is also a little bit of, again, the challenge is getting a grip on things, having some form of certainty about what's going on, where you're to place your focus, your energy, whatever the case may be. Even if there isn't any type of a clear or significant conflict going on, and it is just, we're just got to go through the motions or whatever, that's that kind of cutting through the conflict, having some, again, form of direction. And I'm so present right now to that hawk with the blinds on. They have the little blinders covering the eyes here. So it may feel as though your vision is blocked, or your ability to see clearly what the next step is, or at least, maybe you can see some things, but you're feeling a little bit mentally blocked. That Four of Cups that popped out earlier, that's that energy of like, well, the answer may be right in front of you, but you're just not seeing it. There may be a little bit of over-analysis rather than just saying, sometimes the clearest answer, the simplest answer, we maybe just don't want to accept it right away. And it's not because of any form of denial, but maybe it seems too obvious, is what I'm hearing. The answer is very obvious. Right now, it's just a matter of time. Right now, it's just getting through the day, just things of that nature. So let's see what you may not be seeing, what could be hidden here. Yeah, there's those tensions, the Five of Wands. So, the Five of Wands, this energy, these people are kind of more at a rest state. But I feel like just because, they're all still kind of hanging around, and it's like there's one person that's standing And I almost feel like it's like waiting for something to happen, waiting for some kind of an action, waiting for some kind of activity, or an option, or even just knowing again what action to take. I feel that this Five of Wands is a lot of, because it's fire and it's life force. So I just get a lot of this agitation in some way, shape, or form. And whether that deals with some, just having to really persist and not giving up, whether it's backing down from moments where you are feeling frustrated, and again, like not letting things get to you, because it's like, well, that could be the answer, but it's just not acceptable to me. Or that could be, it could be that simple where it's just like, well, it's just an off day, but like I don't want to have an off day. It's just one of these energies that I'm getting, at least in this case, that there is this energy of standing your ground, but not in any kind of a defensive way, but in not giving up. So often with the Five of Wands, the message that I feel present to is persistence pays off. Sometimes there's a clash in terms of opinion, in terms of the way in which, you may be trying to do one thing, but it's like the energy of the day or of the week could be very antithetical. It's like, why are things just not going so smoothly, And so that's where it's about, when I go back to this Ace of Swords here, it's like the clarity. We want to take a moment to breathe and prepare ourselves in the right way, whether it's just not being in a rush. When we are out and about, doing our best to breathe when there may be any kind of frustration or struggle, or let's just say it's as simple as being on the, driving and just hitting a lot of traffic, and you're really just trying to get to your destination point. You're just not feeling it. Your patience may not be all there. And so this is part of it. Things are going to be slowing down. And I feel like in seeing this version of the Five of Wands, I do get that others around you are sort of like tired as well, in terms of just things not quite going the way that they would like. And so again, you may be feeling that just that little bit of that, things are like, why? Like, I'm not going to give up. I know I'm not supposed to give up, and I won't, but I really want to. Like, I don't know. I'm just getting that energy. Let's see what's getting ready to manifest or come into fruition. Yeah, the Hermit. So there is this energy of withdrawing, this energy of really stabilizing your life force by slowing down, stabilizing any frustrations, feeling as though you're moving against the grain by slowing down and going inward. Now, if you have been in a bit of hermit mode, maybe this is something to where that's a struggle. Maybe you've been in hermit mode and you're trying to get out of hermit mode, or you've wanted to hermit, but you haven't been able to, because life and things and whatever the circumstances are. And so just kind of feel out that energy, play with that energy a little bit. We got Leo energy here, we've got Virgo energy here. If that has any aspect, significant aspects in your chart, or if you happen to have that as your core sign. And I feel that I want to also say, be mindful if if you're someone who knows about your Vedic chart. Not very many people do. It is said that your Vedic signs, or your Vedic chart, your Vedic astrology it's more true to your core. And that doesn't have to be the case, because it's, I vibe with both, but I just felt that coming through and wanted to share that, wanted to say that, just for whatever reason. So maybe it does resonate, and if not, don't worry about it. But there is an inner journey, sort of taking that time to reconnect with your soul, with your core. You may be in a very reflective space, thinking about your past, not just that contemplation about your past, but trying to understand, learning from things. And there may be some part of you that is like, I don't know why, but it's like, I don't know if you feel like you're going down memory lane or something like that, just a lot of things coming up. But with the Virgo energy and the Hermit, it really is also about going over your information and being a bit more, what's the word, methodical, possibly tedious. Things may be feeling tedious. or they may have felt tedious. And there's these connections again and these energies of managing that urge to be in a rush. I feel like this is an encouragement to slow down. Slow down, hold your horses, try not to get ahead of yourself, even if right now you might be feeling this urge to cut and run. Try to connect with your higher self, your higher consciousness. There's something here where I feel that it could be very difficult to keep clear-headed or to keep, your thoughts clear. And so if that is true for you, again, just take that time to withdraw, pull yourself back from any just group energies so that you can recenter and regain your sense of self again, whatever that means for you, or just at least some kind of a balance. All right. Okay. Where is this going? And some guidance here. Taurus energy with the Empress. And so we're a little bit dominated here with the major arcana, which is telling me it's a time to surrender. We're surrendering to divine time and order. We're slowing down. We're being mindful. We did see that Nine of Pentacles earlier, and that Nine of Pentacles is often that precursor to the Empress mode, Empress energy. And so this is saying that, I just get this message: in order to attract the life that you want to live, the mate that you are wanting to have, a partnership with, the career that you want to have, whatever, simply become it. Start to do that by embracing the life that you are currently living, even if you don't feel that way, even if you're like, well, I hear you, Kapualani, but it's like, I don't have the money that the Empress has, or yes, I would like to have that lifestyle, but like, how do I live it? It's really just in the simple ways, like I said, slowing down. With Taurus energy and Virgo energy, we're really leaning into the practicality. The fire of the Leo, I'm just like with the cat and the claws and the scratching post, just that kind of like, help me. So I feel like there may be a lot of contending with the physical form, again, the life force, maybe feeling restless, maybe feeling also not burnt out, but just some creative frustrations. Like maybe you're wanting to channel your creative energies, but you just don't know where. There could be some creative blocks. And so that's where Spirit is also saying, before moving ahead or trying to look at something new, just kind of take the time to rewind a little bit, unwind, give yourself that space. This doesn't have to be for the entire stretch of the next 7 to 10 days. We just play with that energy because these are things that maybe could be coming up over the next 7 to 10 days. And so again, with this Empress energy, it's putting your focus, okay? Putting your focus on the people, places, experiences that bring you a feeling of abundance, that give you that feeling of prosperity. Connecting in the simple ways, in the simple day-to-day things. Knowing that the bigger aspect of what we don't have control over, we're just, what choice do we have? So I'm just going to surrender it to Spirit. I'm going to do my best to just show up, in the best way that I can, and to work through any areas of frustration or confusion, feeling like I may not have control over something, a circumstance or a situation, whether it's like a waiting game, whether, whatever the case may be. Again, I'm getting, just be at your leisure, in a good way and a positive way. Be in that space of receiving and expectation that the universe is providing for you and is answering your prayers, all right? I want to look at the bottom card here before we go to the animal spirit card. Validation, at least one of them, right? There's that Nine of Pentacles, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I look at the bottom earlier and then I'm just forgetting? Oh my gosh. But there's something here where I feel like it's a slow and steady process. Slow and steady wins the race. And I really feel when I'm looking at this energy, there are things for you to enjoy. Like, you have what you need to get to the next step. So try your best not to stress or fret about future things that really there's nothing that you can do about it in this moment in time, right? There may be nothing you do about it. Maybe there already are things for you to put your focus into, but you're just not interested. Maybe you're feeling, again, distracted. And so that, again, mental clarity and a focus of where to kind of, like, okay, this is where I'm turning my attention today, whatever, just in this moment. It may not be so clear. It may not be so apparent. or at least maybe if it is, it's kind of like we're blinded to the obvious at times. And so right now I'm just hearing it like, make use of the life that you have right here right now. Make use of the good and the grace and the bounty that's right in front of you. For example, maybe you are trying to save up for just whatever the case may be. Maybe you are trying to work toward a goal. So again, the guidance here is that rather than try to look outside of what you've already created, manifested, what you already have, what you already are in control of, rather than trying to control or look to factors outside of yourself. Like sometimes we blame, right? We blame our past, we blame how we were raised, or we blame the neighbors, we blame society, or whatever the case may be. And it's not, this is not a judgment, it's just human nature, because we have, moments that's just like, this traffic. You're allowed to feel whatever you need to feel, but remember to take a breath. We're not making it about anything or anyone but ourselves right now. We're recognizing that sometimes the only way through is through it, and recognizing again the bounty and the blessings that are currently surrounding you, because that's how you're going to attract more blessings, okay? By looking at what really needs to happen. For example, this hermit is gripping onto that snake. Okay, that's the Kundalini energy. And so I feel that maybe post this recent Aries full moon, which was very, very intense, and I spent time in Sedona, so those vortexes, really did some energy clearings and kicking some stuff up. This is getting that grip on the Kundalini activations, or recognizing that that may be what you're reacting to or responding to. The serpent also is representative of the root chakra, okay? And that root chakra, right? That foundation, the physical, the being here and now. So we got to take control of those primal urges, okay? That strength card, which is again that restlessness, the frustration, feeling very kind of maybe all over the place in terms of again where to channel our energies, or even harnessing our energies and just feeling a little bit out of whack. All right, let's go to our trusty animal spirit guidebook. And by the way, just as again a reminder, we're going to be doing part 2, the follow-up to this reading, just continuing on in the messages, clear guidance, going deeper into the messages here, and maybe just taking a look at how the next few weeks are going to be unfolding. And again, it doesn't have to be to the T in terms of the timing, because I do offer these readings weekly. So it could just be a composite of the resolution of the next 7 to 10 days, or it could just be for this one day, that you're watching this, whenever that may be again. So not to confuse you guys at all, but just to add that in there because it's what I felt in resonance with. So here we go. Let's tune in and get the animal spirit guide, our animal spirit guide for this week. So there are some feminine energies here. We've got otter in reverse. Interesting, the otter is also feminine. It's that playful energy. I'm just going to put him right side up for now so we can get a nice look at otter. Yeah, there's the playfulness with the otter, and maybe feeling restricted or again restless. I'm going to keep that in reverse since the otter did show up in reverse. And I don't think we've had too many, if any, cards that have shown up, or at least with the spirit animals that have shown up in reverse, even though I do honor both the light and the shadow and the light. I honor both when we're doing these readings. That's why I don't technically read in reversals, because I always just kind of lean into that energy anyway. If I can find Otter here, thank you for your patience. Come on, Otter friend. My goodness. Okay, I almost got it. Thanks for your patience, everybody. So we've got Otter Spirit, unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. So bringing this energy into balance, dance, party, or celebration. Yeah, we've got to get moving and flowing. Get your energy. Move the Kundalini. There could be some stuck Kundalini energy going on here. Stuck life force energy that needs a channel. And, it doesn't need something direct and specific. It could just be as, again, we got to lighten things up with Otter energy, Otter Spirit. Spirit's like, just turn the otter back over. Turn it back over, girl. So let me open that back up again for those who like to take a little bit of a screenshot. So when in balance, we are full of love and need nothing. When we're out of balance, we are gloomy, we're sighing, and we make silly excuses. And so I feel that, I'm kind of just looking through these energies. There's the playfulness, the childlike energy. We did see that Page of Cups earlier, right? So here's what we want to ask ourselves or look into. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. Celebration awaits. And so, this is the most joyful creature in the deck, as the notes say here. Again, we are trying to really flow into a sense of childlike wonder and abandon, okay, regardless of the age that we're at. So I feel like, things could be feeling very serious, very heavy, but we want to remember to lighten things up. Okay, just lighten things up, go back to the playfulness. I love otters so, so much. They're so sweet. And so maybe even in that case, right, leaning into the sweetness of life. And so again, I invite you to join me in part 2, if that should interest you. We are going to dive into the angel answers. So if there's a yes, no type of question that you're curious about, you're welcome to tune in with us there. Tune in with myself when we go to part 2. It's a donation base. It starts at $1.11. So don't be shy, because it's, these are really fun and hopefully they're helpful. And if they are, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. Again, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, I deeply appreciate you and I appreciate your support. For those who are just interested in taking things deeper by scheduling a session, I am available for pre-recorded sessions similar to this kind of fashion. I don't do all of these cards, but I do just the basic tarot. And I am available for live sessions as well, kapualani.com. So thank you again, and I will see you in part 2.